What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Mizzy Sports. I am the co-host today, the Bull. Most people know me as the G's. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in here with the fellas today. Quant Show Love. I'm here with my man Ron Money. How y'all feeling today, guys?
Feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy G's for guest hosting and in spite of Mad Mizzy and we're gonna try to have a good show, y'all. Rock with us.
Hi out there, how y'all doing, man? What's going on?
All right, and shout out to Mad Mizzy who couldn't be here, but I'm gonna hold it down for you, player. I
Well,
got you. All right, so y'all ready to fire off on these topics?
definitely.
All right, so our first topic. They trying to take our OC as always. Another year. So supposedly the Dallas Cowboys, they're trying to interview Kellen Moore for the next head coaching vacancy at the Dallas Cowboys. What you guys think, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here first. Kellen Moore, you know what I mean? I feel like Jerry Jones had him up under the finger before, you know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy used him as the scapegoat and in return they booted him out the organization. They see he got shit rocking with the Eagles. And I'm not saying that he's not capable of being a head coach nowhere else, but I don't know if I'm a huge fan of him going back to the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying, as an Eagles fan. But I will say this though, he's definitely deserving of an opportunity. Unfortunately, us Eagles fans, we're gonna be departing ways with somebody who I feel like, you know what I'm saying, was a pivotal had a pivotal role in turning our team around. So it's gonna suck for us, but if he ultimately end up landing his job in Dallas, then good for him. But me personally, I would stick with Deion Sanders as my number one choice. I think he should get the spot, but I'm hearing for a lot of analysts out there, a lot of people saying that Jerry, he got a history of looking over the black head coach. You know what I'm saying? I heard a couple seasons ago, Marvin Lewis, after he lost the head coaching spot in Cincinnati, they was looking to get him over there in Dallas, but they said it was just, Jerry Jones adhering to the Rooney rules or whatever. He had no real he wasn't gonna
No,
really get him for the job or whatever. But I think Deion Sanders is a little different. I mean, he played for the organization, he succeeded with the organization, and he represents that organization even in his retirement well. So that if I was Jerry Jones, he'll be the guy that I think should get the job. But hey, I'm not the owner, I'm not the GM, so that decision ultimately lies with Jerry Jones. What you think, Ryan?
Or you know what I'm saying? Look, you can hear me? Y'all
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Yeah, just good looking for Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? That means his job is getting he know what he's doing. But being a guy that was already in that system or already on that team, I don't
Yeah.
know what he was told or what he was promised, but good for him, good for him. And this don't even got to be the Cowboys organization. It could be Chicago, it could be Jacksonville, it could be so it's whatever. But since it's the Cowboys, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. Even though we know Jerry, looking for his head coach job. But I like Dion, even though Quad had said it spot on that Dion was going to be in there first. I'll go with Dion. I wouldn't go with Cullen Moore.
well, I don't agree that Dion would be there this year. I think
Right,
eventually he'll get there,
right.
but in spite of that, I'm hoping Dion gets the position so we could finally keep our OC for at least another year. You know, it's been crazy. I know they talk about Jalen Hurts and and his passing game and everything. But at the same time, when you're working with five, six different offensive coordinators throughout your career, you learn the different playbooks, you learn the different cadences, different calls, and that takes a toll on a quarterback. And that just shows you how smart Jalen Hurts is. But getting back to the topic of Kellen Moore, I think Kellen Moore would be a good head coach there. He would take our culture there and teach the Dallas Cowboys, this new unit that they have, how to play as brothers, how to play as a team, and how to play as one. So it would be kind of scary, but at the same time, it would be a challenge too. Uh, I just hate when I like when the Cowboys suck, but I hate when the Cowboys suck because to me, they are the measuring stick. It lets us know how good we are.
Right.
So if he goes there, I know they'll turn it right back around. And then they had the top five offenses since when he was there. So
I'm number one.
it's it's something to watch out for. Hopefully he stays another year or stays for his tenure. But I do agree that he does deserve a look to be a head coach.
Right.
Well, I will say this before I know we gotta jump onto another topic, but I will say this. Hey, geez, man, you owe me an apology, bro. I sent you in the comments when I made my bold prediction that Deion Sanders will, land the job next. You was one of my biggest critics, you know what I'm saying? You was like, no, Kawhi, I don't see him going there. He'll bump heads with Jerry Jones. What you got for your boy, G's? What you got for your boy?
Okay, so what I have for Mr. Love over there, what I have for you is that I think where me and you were disagreeing at was that he would go there this year. I just don't think that he would go there this year, with him building that program up in Colorado. And then his stipulations to come into the NFL is, look, I want to coach my sons. Dallas doesn't have a higher draft pick or assets to even trade up to go in the top 3, 2, or even 1. So that's where my argument was at. Now, if you said in the future, I would have, I wouldn't have gave you so much pushback. So there's no apology just yet. Okay.
Yeah, but
But
I do remember.
I'll
I do
tell you
remember.
this. I'll tell
Go
you
ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
If he does go to Dallas this year as the coach, I will get on the Mad Mizzy Sports platform. Hopefully, Mad Mizzy will have me on, and I will publicly apologize to
No,
Quancho
no,
Love.
Quad, just show me love, baby. Just show me love. All Quad's want is show love, baby. But no,
I
I
will
will say this
publicly
though.
apologize then, because me and you were going back to back on the phone and everything. But right now, I'm still standing on Deion is not going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm
I
still
will say
standing
this
on it
though.
10, 12, 14 toes down. Monkey.
I will say this though. In response to that, real quick. I think I gave a summary that even if he ain't the next coach, like right now, at some point he will be the head coach. That's where I bring it home. Eventually he will be the head coach of the Cowboys.
Not
Ryan,
not with me. Not
oh,
with
okay,
me.
okay,
But
all
I
right,
seen you on the platform say that, and I did agree with that, or, talking to my TV or, I'm the boy in the comments. I do agree with that. But I was just saying this year, the year 2025 to the 2026 season, I don't think Deion is coming out of Colorado. That's just my
okay,
opinion.
all right. Let's move on.
Okay, so we can go to the next topic. Now, you see the Jalen Hurts slander. Talk about, we can't win the game with him throwing for 100 yards. All this guy does is win. Okay. So do you think we can pull off, and when I say we, I mean our Philadelphia Eagles can pull off a win behind Jalen Hurts and a playoff win at that?
I will say this, you know what I mean? Hey, Ryan, I'm gonna jump in first, Ryan. I will say this, right? Everybody know that I've been very critical of Jalen Hurts in years past or in seasons past. I feel like as multifaceted as he is at the quarterback spots, he do got some points in this game where I feel like I wish it was better. You know what I'm saying? I like his game when he runs with the football, but I feel like his passing of the football is questioned. I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot of passes out there that he pass up on. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to pass up on passes. I need you to deliver those passes to your wide receivers that we all know is one of the best lineups in the league. I feel like the Eagles got some of the best wide receiver core in the league for real, for real. But and because of that, it's always going to be why can't Hurts get these guys the ball? So in terms of him leading us to a victory, just passing, I don't know if that's his strong suit, but we definitely could get some wins of just him being our quarterback because he do more than just pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's multifaceted. He can run with it. He could pass. He a good decision maker. He not out there turning the ball over a lot. You know what I'm saying? So as long as he could keep the turnovers at a minimum, and our defense keep performing, because to me, our defense is what's going to lead us to the Super Bowl and ultimately to a Super Bowl victory. But so to answer your question, I'm gonna lean towards Jess. I feel like Jalen Hurts can lead the team to a win this weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up by saying that. What you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I believe he can, man. You look at this guy track history ever since he became the starter of the Philadelphia Eagles. All he
Yeah,
win, you know what I'm saying? He's a winner. He's a proven winner. All this he got to prove to the league that he can throw is just bitter nonsense because you trying to compare him to the Patrick Mahomes, to the Lamar Jacksons, to the Joe Burrows, to the Josh Allens, like none of that matters, man. None of that really matters. The only thing that matters is who's winning and who's losing. Like, and this man proved to the league that he's a winner. So all this he can't win nonsense is just it's just bogus because he ain't putting up the numbers that these guys putting up.
but real quick, Ryan, to play devil's advocate though, I hear what you're saying, but he went to the Super Bowl already. He's seen success at a high level, so he's going to be compared to his counterparts that we believe is going to ultimately end up playing for a Super Bowl at some point, i.e., guys like Josh Allen. I mean, he ain't never win nothing yet, but we talk about him as if he's going to be there someday. It might be this season. You never know. We compare him to guys like Lamar Jackson, who's a MVP recipient, guys like Patrick Mahomes. So when you put yourself in a Super Bowl, even guys like Matthew Stafford, he got a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. We got them coming up. So when you got that type of resume, is always to be respected. So I wouldn't take comparing him to the stars of the league as a knock on his game. I wouldn't take it as that.
No,
If anything, it's a
no, that's why they compare it. That's why they say
yeah,
it's not to his game because he don't throw for 300 every game. That's why they compare him to them
yeah.
dudes. You know what I'm saying? But
But he deserves to be compared to those guys because he's seen success like those guys. He's seen
what I'm
success.
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it's just complete bias. That's all it is. You just hate the dude. It's just hate and jealousy, man. Because this man just is a proven winner, man, and his game is just nice. He can run the ball too. He could throw the ball. So all this hatred against this man, it just needs to stop. And him being number one in his conference, he should be number one in his conference because there's no other quarterback better than him in his conference. I really don't think so.
So what about him being prone to injuries though? Do you feel like this lingering concussion? Do you think that'll play
No, no,
show up? Share his rear end on Sunday against the Rams.
no.
You feel like he shook all the cobwebs off?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Packers was just doing stuff. I mean, you could blame it on the receivers. You could probably blame it on Kellen Moore. I mean, but I ain't put that blame on Jalen Hurts. If you look at Jalen Hurts' stats, the stats that we needed him to show up, he did. He went 7-9 on a critical drive with a touchdown. Like the man played good, man. I mean, we could question Kellen Moore, but we could also question the receivers. What kind of routes they running? Like we all could blame Jalen Hurts, but the man played. He played good. And I don't blame him. I don't blame the concussion, but I think this week he gonna show people what y'all want more. This is what y'all want. I'm gonna show y'all what y'all want. So
We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him.
Yeah, and I think also too, you have to look at what we have. Okay, we got Saquon in the back. Okay, so we don't need to depend on Jalen throwing it 30, 35 times a game. Now, granted, if we need him to do that, I am 1,000% sure that Jalen can do it. Okay, because he does the job to win the game. You just look at his win loss ratio, one of the best in the NFL, probably top two behind Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes.
yeah.
Okay, this guy he doesn't get enough credit for just doing what you're supposed to do in the NFL, and that's to win the game. Now, also, I know he was rusty. You could tell he was a little rusty, but you got to give Green Bay some credit. Their defense, their defense was playing. Their
Serious. They were
corners
serious.
were playing. Okay. I was looking at like their all 22. I was looking at the all 22 and how they were defending our receivers. Like it was barely any real estate out there for him to do anything. Okay. And the good thing is, like with the other quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, your man Love, you know what I'm saying? Jordan Love. What they're going to do is, I'm not hating. I'm not hating because, you know, they're good quarterbacks. I'm not hating. They're going to take the chances and the risk and, of course, probably throw an interception or two. Jalen Hurts is not going to turn that ball over. He makes smart decisions. He's either going to run it up the gut, run it on the side, RPO, or may take a sack for holding the ball too long. And with him holding the ball too long at this stage of the season was just Green Bay. Green Bay was playing hell of a defense out there. And I think if they would have got their offense going, we would have still won the game. But I think it would have been a better game at the end of the day if Jordan Love would have kept his end at the bargain. Granted that he was missing receivers as well.
Right.
Completely agree.
So I think just the sports media, Philadelphia in general, just needs to really watch the game. And if we're getting these wins, just take these wins. We're 3 away from the Super Bowl.
Well, I agree. I agree.
All right. And we going on the next topic?
Let's do it.
All right. So for our next topic, we're going to talk wild card playoffs. My favorite part right here. Okay. So we're going to start out with the Texans versus the Chiefs. Now, my question to y'all is, what can the Chiefs do to pull off an upset?
The Chiefs?
For the Texans.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Texans. I apologize. The Texans.
I was gonna say the Chiefs for an upset. I was like, yo, that's
No, I
easy.
misspoke.
That's easy.
But you know what I mean? The Texans.
I feel like, yo, I will say this though. First of all, I gotta give all props to CJ Stroud and what's the coach name, Ryan?
D'Amico Ryan.
D'Amico Ryan, the head coach of the Houston Texans. I feel like, man, that win that they pulled off last week against the Chargers, y'all got me. I was definitely one of those guys that thought the Chargers was going to stump a hole into the chest of the Texans. But listen, the Texans, they came, they showed up, they conquered. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just start off by giving them their respect. And so shout out to the Houston Texans organization for doing the unthinkable, at least in my eyes. But in terms of what can they do to pull off the upset against the Chiefs, man, unfortunately, I got a brain freeze. I just don't know what this team can do to beat the Chiefs. Now, they did the unthinkable already, but to then do it twice, you talking Jay-Z at that point. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people can pull off the unthinkable and then do it twice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got them beating the Chiefs, not by a long shot. So, but if I had to get some sort of critique or some sort of input of how they could do it, I just don't know how, bro. Y'all help me out. Hey, Ryan, how could the Texans pull off the upset against the Chiefs this weekend, Ryan? Because I ain't got no answers, bro. Save your boy.
What was that? That was the game on Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What they
Played,
okay.
They played the Ravens on Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they played the Ravens on Christmas, but I know they played them in the regular season. It was one of them games. I think it was one of them games, but they can't afford to have that same game. You know what I'm saying? They got to come out with some enthusiasm, some effort. They got to get the Patrick Mahomes, man. You have to get to this man. Will Anderson and somebody else. I know it's somebody else on that line. Will Anderson and somebody else. They got to get pressure on Mahomes, man. And if you just sitting back there, and if he's just sitting back there all day, it's gonna be a long day, man. Because first of all,
We could agree that Mahomes is not Justin Herbert. Now we all could agree
right,
Justin Herbert was afraid to use his feet. And
right,
remember what I said. The
right,
thing that this league is changing towards is if you're a quarterback in the NFL, you gotta learn how to use your feet every now and again. And if you ain't using your feet, I don't see how you could beat some of these rush attacks because man, you gotta add that to your game. To be able to use your feet, you need that a part of your game. And if you
I
ain't
would,
using that, there's no way you can win.
I would say
There's no way you can
if
win.
I'm Houston, I would want DeAndre Hopkins to beat me, but I really wouldn't want DeAndre Hopkins to beat me because he's a veteran in this league, and he know how to get open. So with a quarterback like Mahomes,
I ain't even look at it from that perspective, bro. That's a good joint, Ryan. Go ahead.
I mean, with a quarterback like Mahomes, he could give him the ball. But that's what I'm saying. Would you want him to beat you? Because we all gonna be sitting here like, yo, they letting the old DeAndre Hopkins out of nowhere.
But
Like,
like you said, he got an initiative to show up and show out because that's his old team. So now
right,
it's like me versus my old team. I want to show up this game to let them know, you know what I'm saying? I still got some left in the tank. And this would be the
right.
perfect game where he go off for like at least two touchdowns, 100 yards. You know what I'm saying?
I think so, but I like I said, man, they just got to get pressure and they got to be perfect on offense, running and throwing the ball. C.J. Stroud, this got to be his greatest game because I remember that playoff game in 2001. They was up 24 on this team before the three-peat. Bro, they was up 24-0, and they
Oh,
end up losing.
2021, 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah,
Yeah.
they was up 24-0, and they end up losing 48-27. Like, damn, like what the fuck happened?
Damn.
You just Mahomes, you can't get him that comfortable. That's gonna be the game plan. You can't get this. You gotta have him on the grass. You gotta have him tasting turf. You know what I'm saying, or grass or whatever. Because I know they play on grass, so I'm gonna say grass.
For the Texans to upset the Chiefs, they're going to need God at quarterback.
I'll
They're
be
going to
with
need Jesus on the offensive line. A couple of angels out in the in the
in the
D-backs.
outfield. A
Even
couple
though
games in the outfield.
Stingley Jr. He that ball back there.
Yeah,
He that ball, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And they should have lost that game to the Chargers last week because
Stroud was
CJ
playing.
Stroud, though I
He,
like the young bull,
he was playing. He was
he was
playing
looking
garbage.
flustered out there for a little bit. You
Yeah,
know, the Chargers pretty much, well, I ain't even gonna say the Chargers. Justin Herbert gave that game away last week and had a route on his ass.
right,
So
right.
I, there ain't much I could say about an upset for the Texans. I mean, would I like to see it? Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Right.
But they need a lot. I think if their O line was sold up a little bit and it had Stephon Diggs, they would have
Right.
more of a chance,
Tank
you
Dell.
know, to combat with the Chiefs. But the Chiefs is the Chiefs. You can't punch the bully in the mouth until you punch the bully in the mouth. And
Right.
right now, they the bully on the block.
I
So
will say this though. I will say this in their favor. Like you said, if they had Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, maybe I feel like
yeah, and Tank Dell too. Yeah,
and I feel like what makes the Chiefs so dangerous is what they showed us all season that they could beat you in a multitude of ways. I just outside of that Eagles team early last season when we were just beating teams in every which way, I haven't really seen the team dominate for as long as the Chiefs did it with various ways of beating the team. I mean, they had games where the special teams won. They had teams where the other team's special teams coughed up the game, so they won. They had games where Mahomes beat you. They had games where Kelsey beat you. They had games where the running backs beat you. So they just been beating teams in a multitude of ways all seasons. And right now they just playing mistake-free football. So it's hard for me to give or to see a way in which the Texans could pull this one out. And if anybody telling you otherwise, you gotta check what they smoking on. It might not be nothing official. It might be something you want to stay away from because I just don't see a way in which they can win. I really don't. Out of all the
yeah.
teams playing this season, I mean playing this weekend, this is the game where I feel like I'm 100% sure that the Chiefs is going to win. And I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm more sure that the Chiefs is going to beat the Texans than the Rams going to beat the Eagles. Then on the
Yeah,
other
who's
side,
going to block Chris Jones too?
right? So let's get on to the
it's
next topic,
going to
guys.
be CJ Stroud is going to have the biggest heart in the world
Right.
to pull off this upset.
Real
And I would
rap.
love to see it, but
Right.
I just don't have faith.
Right. Right.
All right. So for the next game, this game is going to be exciting. I can't wait for this game. The Commanders and the Lions. Same question, fellas. What can the Commanders do to upset the Lions?
I jump in first. I will say this though, man. The closer and closer we get to this Commanders Lions game, earlier in the season, if somebody like earlier, like just a couple weeks ago, you would ask me, yo, what if the Lions end up playing the Commanders in the playoffs? I would have told you it would have been a flooring, a mop, a easy victory. But when you got a quarterback as dynamic as Jaden Daniels, man, he just gave me 2002, 2003 McNabb vibes. And as high as I am on quarterback like Jalen Hurts, I feel like my high of McNabb is still higher than my high of Jalen Hurts, even though I mean they both went to the Super Bowl and lost. I just feel like McNabb in his heyday was special, man. And I feel that same way about Jaden Daniels. I just feel like, man, that dude could throw, he could run with the ball. Um, he's accurate. He's just overall gifted, and his time is coming. His time is coming. Um, so if anybody could pull this upset off, it's the Commanders over the Lions. So if the Chiefs over the Texas is my 100% guarantee. Now this game right here, I feel like it's the closest game where the upset is can happen, and I just don't know if the Lions is prepared to is battle tested with a quarterback as dynamic as Jaden Daniels. We already know the Lions is compromised on their defense. Now they got they star running back for this game, but as far as their defense, they still missing some key players like Aiden Hutchinson and some other key guys. And I just feel like, man, somebody as dynamic as Jaden Daniels, I don't know what you hang your hat on because the kid do it all. So if he play mistake-free football, it's gonna be a long game for the Lions, and they might go back to back with scoring. But if the Commanders end up winning this game, it's gonna be a lot of people crying in DC. What you think, Ryan?
You mean Big D? You mean Detroit or not DC? They're gonna be
Oh,
happy.
it'll be a lot of people crying in Detroit. My fault. You right. You right. It'll be a lot of people crying in
Yeah, I
Detroit.
thought he said the big D.
I mean, they
Oh.
might.
No, I said DC. I said DC, but I meant Detroit. I meant Detroit. Good catch.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. But I think Detroit win this game because they
You
they
should.
they there, but they not as elite as Detroit been all year. You know what I'm saying? Like Detroit beat some elite teams all year, but Washington hasn't really beaten those elite teams all year. This is why I said they time is not right now. They definitely on a rise, but they time is not right now. You mean that kid is he's clearly the kid. You know what I'm saying? And he made his name in the NFL, but
The dynamic kid, though. He's dynamic.
no, he's definitely dynamic. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely gives them the 100% chance to win or the 50% chance, however you want to calm it down. Is clearly he got the hand. You know what I'm saying? Because he could throw and he could run out the pocket. So,
Yeah.
but I like Detroit in this game because they've been elite all year. You know what I'm saying? Washington hasn't been elite, but it's just for them to win this game, they literally gonna have to play no turnover game because you get Detroit these easy points, you can end up looking at the scoreboard and it could be over in quick. It could be over quick because knowing Detroit, they like to run these points up. You know what I'm saying? So and it could get ugly for Washington if his turnovers giving up. But I could see a competitive game and they losing by like a touchdown, 3 points because
I
they
agree.
could
I
they
agree.
could score. They could score on that defense. That defense is not good. They wanted to like the top two and last of in the league in defense and total defense. So I could see him scoring. I could definitely see him scoring.
I agree with both of y'all. On Quad Point, I feel the same way as far as like if there was an upset this weekend, I think the commies can go up there and put some points up there in Detroit. With Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, he's looking like excuse me, he's looking like Eagle form. You know, he's moving. You got Robinson and Eckler in the backfield. But what gives me a little bit of pause is Washington's run defense. It's probably like around like 25th or 26th, and then they get David Montgomery back. So it's going to be a tough road for Washington, but at the same time, I do believe that they have a chance, but more of a chance than the Texans against the Chiefs.
Right.
So I'm anxious to see that game, and I'm actually hoping that an upset will be done up there as well. So you know.
Well,
I,
geez,
I, I think I think I think that'll be good. And then with Jalen JD5, when the play break down, he could run right up the gut. He can go up there and get you 20, 25 yards. You know what I'm saying? And then Dan Campbell, he plays the fourth down game, but Washington coach does too. So, you're gonna have to play four downs with Detroit. So, and then you know you gotta have a coach with some steel balls to go up there and you know play that game with them and succeed. So hopefully, you know, Washington goes up there, even though that's our division foe. Go up there and you know show them what the NFC East is about. You know what I'm saying? Nickel them up a little bit, even if they lose. You know what I'm saying? So this way, when we go up there, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can finish taking out the trash.
Well, I want to say this, G's, to put icing on the cake right here. I feel like the one point I ain't heard nobody say yet. Detroit play in the dome, so weather won't be effective. So my man Jaden Daniels gonna be able to get loose if his offensive line show up for him and he's able to get loose, and weather is not a factor. Yo, we could really be talking upset on Monday right here on the Mad Mizzy Sports Show. So I don't want to come off as confident like yeah the Lions is going to dismantle them. Do I feel like the Lions is going to win? Yes, but I do believe the Commanders could win, and I feel like they got the best chance of pulling off the upset. Like I said, a dome, weather's not a factor. It's just my talent versus your talent, and I know I'm more talented as a quarterback than you is, Jared Goff, a person who was traded to Detroit because he was afraid to put the ball up in the air because he's a bit prone to throwing interceptions. Jaden Daniels, man, you don't want to be turning the ball over close to your end zone because Jaden Daniels will get loose on you real quick. So um, it's gonna be a good one, but I do believe that the Commanders could pull off the upset. I don't know if they is going to pull off the upset, but I do feel like they can pull off the upset. So
I,
yeah, go ahead.
I agree. I agree. So now we're gonna go to our Sunday game. First game, Rams versus the Eagles. What can the Rams do to upset the Eagles this time? Because remember, we played them what week 11, week 12, I think,
Week 12, yep.
and you know we put a beating on them. And Saquon had 300 yards all purpose. What can the Rams do to stop that and possibly get upset?
Well, I want to. Well, first of all, I want to say I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I love my team, and I'm always gonna support my team. But I got to be objective. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a healthy Rams team, when they healthy, they show us flashes of that Super Bowl team. I mean, they still got Matthew Stafford, they still got Cooper Cup, and those dudes still got a connection. But now they got the addition of Puka Nacua, somebody who getting 7 to 10 receptions a game. I mean, I don't care how you prepare for this guy, he still seem to get his touches, and he still seem to get loose when they need him to get loose. Am I worried? I'm like 70-30. I'm like 70-30. I do believe that the Eagles gonna win, and solely because of our defense. I just feel like our cornerbacks, our D-backs, they not Lito Shepard and Sheldon Brown in terms of height and stature. Sheldon Brown was a dude, Lito Shepard was a dude, but they just was 5'11", 5'9" corners. I mean, the corners we got now, man, they just up there in stature, and I just feel like they not ones to be picked on. They the ones that's doing the picking on. So if y'all best asset is y'all pass game, and our best asset is our defense against the pass, I don't see how y'all going to score too much against us. That's not little trickery plays. If it ain't no trickery plays and it's just y'all just trying to get down the field the traditional way, I just don't see a way in which that happens against that Eagles defense. Shout out to the Rams for being the team who was a middle of the pack team in a division. They wind up winning a division. That put them in this position in the playoffs. Um, it was looking shaky for them for a huge duration of the season, and that had a lot to do with injuries. But that's on them. They ain't on us. We did what we had to do. So with that being said, the Eagles finished the second seed in the NFC, which is why we got the home game. And when you playing teams that's like 50-50, that home field advantage, plus the fact that we got the number one defense in the league, I don't think as much the Rams could do to rock with us. So shout out to the Rams for getting this far, but it's over this weekend. It's over.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna give the guys up front some credit because the last time we played this game, these guys they just demanded the front line. BG had a game. He had like 3 tackles, 2 sacks, one tackle for a loss. Kobe Dean had 2 sacks. I know he ain't gonna be out there.
Two guys ain't gonna be out there. You just named two guys that's not gonna be out there.
Yeah, right. True. Right. Speedy recovery for both of them guys. And Milton Williams had a sack. We were just eating, man. Even on both sides of the line, the O line just was out there. Macklin just pancaking a blue and yellow jersey that they seen. I mean, there's gonna be a white and yellow jersey this week, but they still out there doing the pancake. So that's gonna be my difference of this game for the Rams to win. They gotta control the defensive line and the offensive line because if you don't have that kind of control, it's going to get ugly. First of all, because now
It's
you're
gonna
on the
get
road.
dark.
You're on the road now. You're playing in cold weather. It's gonna be inclement snow out there. So if y'all training, y'all in practice right now in shorts and shit in the sunny side. No, this not this not that, bro. This not that. It's gonna be frigid degrees. Stafford can't even go. He ain't gonna even feel the ball, but he gonna be feeling these balls coming for him. So he better be ready to get rid of the ball. But I don't think that's gonna be enough. So like I said, they want to win this game. They're gonna have to control the defensive line and the offensive line, and I don't see them. I don't see that happening.
But
Uh,
Ron, but let me throw this at you though. With the addition of the LA Wildfires, the Rams actually got something big they playing for. You don't think that that
that's
having playing inspired football could get them over the hump, get them over
that's
the Eagles this weekend?
that's definitely motivation. That's all the motivation you need. You know what I'm saying? My house burnt down. Now I'm gonna go out here and go play for the Super Bowl. And why not? Why not do it in Philadelphia, where magically everything happens? You know, with our team history. You know, is a California team coming from the greatest degrees of the south side of the country coming in on the coldest weather, and there's no way they could win this game, and they end up winning the game on a game winning field goal or 19 what was it 23-9 game. You know what I'm saying? Who want to witness that shit again? I don't want to witness that again. We the home team. We are the better team, and we got to win this game. So
And
I
we
got
need to be the more inspired team. We
right,
need to be the more inspired team.
right.
So
And shout out to everybody who living in Cali, man. That's crazy, man. I hope
prayers from the Mad Mizzy Sports
everybody.
Show. We sending love out there to LA to
Right,
everybody who was affected by the wildfires.
right.
Absolutely. And I was going to start with that, prayers up to LA and everybody that's dealing with the fires and the shady insurance companies out there. But
Facts.
getting back to the game, I agree with Ron. You're gonna have to win this game if you win this game in the trenches. You're going to have to establish dominance on the offensive line to get your run game going to hopefully be able to play action out that run game and get your receivers going because the last game we stopped the run and Puka Nakua was getting off, but it wasn't enough. We shut Cooper Cup way down, and I
Facts.
know they got Tyler Higbee back,
Right.
so that's a plus. But at the same time, with our defense and the way we play defense, you're going to have to dominate both sides of the trenches. That's the offense. Dominate our offensive line with your defensive line, and your offensive line dominate our defensive line, which I do not see because I think their offensive line personally is too small against our defensive line. They're too small.
Right.
And Jalen Carter had a field day
Facts.
against their center the last game.
Everybody.
So that's
Everybody.
the only way that I could see the Rams having a chance and having Matthew Stafford back there having time to even get the ball away. And then, just like y'all said, the weather too. This ain't California. It is not going to be sunny. It's going to be 30 degrees, snow, rain. This is where you need to run. This is where Saquon is a
Mm-hmm.
luxury back there.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way I can see it is that they would have to play stout defense and then being dominant on both trenches. That's it.
We
Okay, and
agree.
then
We
getting
agree.
into the Sunday night game. Well, 6:30, but getting to the Sunday night game. Got the Ravens versus the Bills. Same question, fellas. What can the Ravens do to upset the Bills?
Dance. They got to dance. Lamar Jackson has to dance. This is another game where both quarterbacks can throw the ball, both quarterbacks can dance with the ball, but one quarterback needs to dance a little more, and that quarterback is Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to the next round, you got to get past the leading candidate for the MVP, which is Josh Allen, at least in the eyes of many. Um, Expected dance. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a game that's gonna be close in score. It's gonna be high in score, but at the end, in order for the Ravens to win, Lamar Jackson gonna have to put on his best Michael Jackson shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to deliver a great game to get past the Bills, and then you're gonna have to dance again against the Chiefs, and then you might have to dance again against the Eagles. It's gonna be a lot of dancing for Lamar Jackson if he want to ultimately end up with that Super Bowl Lombardi trophy. So I pray for you, even though I expect my Eagles to end up with the trophy. But if you able to pull this off, this might be one of the murderers row. This is one of the best seasons playoff performances by a quarterback to have to go through the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, or Lions to secure that trophy. Oh, do anybody right now got Baltimore winning that trophy? Set aside the Philadelphia Eagle fandom. Do y'all really think the Ravens can get past those three teams or those four teams for a Super Bowl?
I
Their
definitely got them going.
defense, their defense. It's the defense for me for them.
Well, Michael Jackson. I mean, I was gonna call him Michael Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Hopefully, turn into Michael Jackson. But that's the only way I see y'all coming out this game because we all know Josh Allen is determined. He got a lot he's up against. You know what I mean? With the loss of Gabe Davis, with the loss of Stephon Diggs, a lot of people had the Bills not even in this position. They thought they was gonna take a couple steps back. But these dudes are still looking hungry, still looking like they got something that they're trying to accomplish. And like I said, Lamar Jackson, you gonna need to be
You're
Yeah, I
right.
think we lost Quad. What you think, Brian?
Yeah, yeah. I think they just gonna have to do whatever they did from what was it, week 8, week 7. They just gonna have to hold them from. They just gonna have to hold them to 10 points again. You know what I'm saying? Just do whatever they did. I ain't gonna say you know what I'm saying like use that same game plan because this team this team then got better. Buffalo then got better. So, but like I said, if you want to beat this team, hand the ball over to Derrick Henry. Like it's too cold for these dudes to be tackling somebody that big and moving that fast. They don't want to tackle this man. He is too big to get tackled. But I agree with Quant. If Lamar Jackson want to get this bird off his back and go to the Super Bowl, he gonna have to go through some tough teams, and he gonna have to play that MVP Lamar Jackson, as we know who he is. He's the MVP of this league, and I see them just doing what they did to Pittsburgh. They just gonna roll through with the run game. Is Zay Flowers playing this game? Did anybody hear anything about Zay Flowers?
I didn't hear anything, but that's something to check up. We'll probably have some information on that tomorrow, but the injury wasn't significant, so
Yeah,
he could be back this week.
yeah, but even if he don't be in there, you got to do what you did. You gotta 8-22 it. You know what I'm saying? We got to 8-22 it. This is gonna be the whole game plan throughout the playoffs because these teams is gonna be focuses on Derrick Henry. So you got to 8-22 it. 8-22 it. That's how I see. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also agree with Quad too. I think for the upset to happen, even though I don't really consider it to be an upset because I think they're equally matched.
Right.
Besides the receivers for Baltimore, I think they have a little bit better receivers, but Buffalo's defense is sus too.
Right.
And so I think this is going to be a good game. And I think for Lamar to get that monkey off his back, he's going to have to use his legs. He's going to
Right.
have to use his legs, a lot of RPOs, getting Derrick Henry going and getting him going early. Getting him
Right.
going early, opposing their will against their defensive line. Okay. And then setting traps because I think, me personally, Lamar Jackson is the MVP this year, in my
Fact.
personal opinion. He is the
Fact.
MVP this year. But to play and to get that trophy, you're going to have to go through Josh Allen. And to go through Josh Allen, like Quad said, put your dancing shoes on and get the moonwalking forward, running fast. You
I
good
agree.
over there, Quad?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. All right. Y'all ready for the next topic or?
Yeah, we done. We done with the Ravens. Did you have any other input into the Ravens versus Buffalo?
No, I'm good.
All right, so I guess we can just jump into some NBA news. So Sixers, another hometown team, under 509 games. loses to the Knicks last night, 124-119.
Yeah.
You guys think about that?
I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
I'm gonna keep it.
123-119.
I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta keep it all the way honest, man. The Sixers been on the cold streak as of late. Embiid hurt. McCain is hurt. The Sixers is hurt. Um,
Yeah, I'm hurt.
I'm hurt. Everybody hurt. So when the Sixers is playing bad, man, I don't really be tapped in like that. I'm just praying for better days. That's all I'm doing is praying for better days. You know what I'm saying? I see Maxie out there. He damn near got a triple double. He's out there doing his thing, and he gonna continue to do his thing, but he can't do it by himself. So Paul George, I've been seeing in the media that he's been saying things like Nick Nurse got him playing the five. He don't really feel comfortable playing the five. I
Hmm?
mean, at this point, these dudes are just trying to find excuses to explain why they're not playing as good as everybody thought they should be playing.
Facts.
And I ain't been watching, you know what I'm saying? The Sixers, they turned me off. The Eagles is winning,
Right.
and I ain't really been paying attention to the
No,
Sixers lately.
no
I'm gonna
point
keep
to
it all
watch.
the way 100. But shout out to the Sixers, and hopefully they figure it out, guys. That's
Right.
all I got to say about that.
I completely agree. But they gonna feel it when the Eagles is done.
You echoing, Ryan. You got a little echo.
That's what that's something
I
he
think
did.
you're good now.
Yeah, but yeah, these dudes is very lucky that the Eagles is having the season they having because ain't nobody paying attention to them right now, and it's gonna get there in a month. So that's why I said I'm gonna give them into the All Star break. But I'm watching this team, and they just lack rebounding. We know the big fella not out there. We know Andre Drummond is not out there, and somebody gotta get the rebound. I get you
Right.
don't like playing the five, but this what comes with the five rebound. If you don't know your basics 101, you gotta rebound, box out. Like, come on, bro. I get you don't like playing the five. You 6'8". What is he? One something, two something. Hey, come on, bro. You got to rebound. Like, you got Josh Hart out here, got 17 rebounds. What? Josh Hart? Like, come on, man. This is sad. I haven't been tuning in. I tuned in because they was on prime time. I haven't been tuning in. If you look at their numbers, they all shooting poorly. 42% from the field. That is horrible. Maxi, same thing. That is horrible. It's just it's bad, man. It sucks for Nick Nurse because he in a position where he can't coach or he can coach, and it's like he getting the bad end of the stick, man. And this is corny. This is bad. It's gonna get worse if they don't turn it around because in February there's no more football, so we gonna be watching now. Paul George gonna have to show up. He's gonna have to show up, and I get he only came over here to be the third option, but come on, bro, you getting 220 mil. Like we need you to be the number one option now, especially if the big fella not on the court. Like, come on, man, tighten up.
Yeah, so I guess the question I would have for you guys, because I don't watch the NBA like that. Um, I'm just leave it like that. I can get into a whole hour myself talking about why I don't watch the NBA. But I guess my question to you guys is, what can Coach Nick Nurse do to get this team back on track?
They just gotta find a way to. They gotta rebound better. They have to rebound better. I think the boy Bona needs some more minutes. I mean, we can argue that, but if these teams going small, he not going to put him in because they running right past him. It's easy basket, so he
He ain't
not
got
going to
enough
put him in.
experience yet.
Yeah, he don't got the experience, so I don't know. I don't know. He got to coach rebound. He got to coach rebound.
What you think, Quad? Oh, Quad speeches.
I don't know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he can do. I just feel like we got Paul George past his prime, and B should have been dealt, and we should have been building this team around Maxine and McCain. I feel like when that question was out there when we was looking for the next superstar, I was a big fan of getting Brandon Ingram from New Orleans. I just felt like he was younger. He could grow with the team, not like grow with the team, but he's still young enough to grow with Maxie and McCain. I feel like we should be looking forward instead of trying to salvage what's ever left of Embiid. And because we paid them, we bored into the salvaging of Embiid. And I don't like the idea of salvaging anything. Once you're at that point where you need to be salvaged, like if you got a Benz and you crash it, and now you got to salvage it. Don't nobody want to be driving around the Benz with the salvage title. And that's basically what Sixers is doing with Embiid. We driving the Benz with the salvage title, and it's whack. And I'm an Embiid fan, but that's whack. It's whack.
Yeah, I think the Paul George signing reminds me of. Remember when we signed Chris Webber
Right, right.
at the end of his prime? Like it wasn't Sacramento Chris Webber. We got the bum knee Chris Webber, and we signed him to like a big ass contract at that time too. So it reminds me of that. And I think as far as the Embiid conversation, I think that experiment needs to be over. I think he lost focus. I think he already checked out. I think he
Too
checked out
comfortable.
already from this city. And he's checking out at the bank from us. So we got two big contracts on our team and you can't put nothing around them. Now I've heard about the young guy that's injured. Now I watch basketball after the football season, so I'll be more caught up with the NBA. With NFL season, I don't give two damns about NBA. But I know that you guys have been talking about the young guy that's hurt right now. He's a spark. I like Tyrese Maxey, even though like games I watch, he be jacking sometimes for real, But I like him. I like him. He got heart. Yeah, you build around those couple guys and get some pieces. Maybe the Sixers can, you know, be pivotal against like a Boston Celtics because there's no way that this team that we have right now is going to beat Boston or Cleveland in that fact to even represent the East. So I would just blow it up and get rid of the coach. We need somebody that's Philadelphia got that Philadelphia attitude, like a Nick Sirianni type attitude. We need
We
we
gotta
need
shake the
somebody that's not
curse.
going to take mediocrity as an answer,
We
basically,
gotta
as
we
far
gotta
as
get
on the
rid
basketball side.
we gotta get rid of Embiid and shake the curse. The Sixers is cursed. I gotta believe that we cursed,
I
and
mean,
it's
can
time
I
to
say
shake it.
can I say one thing? I mean, the good thing about it is they the first team out of the play-in, so I think they would make a run. I'm serious. I really do think they will make a run because the big fella ain't gonna miss 60 games. He really ain't gonna miss 60 games. So I think after the All Star break, the big fella come back. They go on a run. Miami fall out because whatever going on in Miami, don't nobody like to be down there. So I think they get in, and I think they make a run. I really do. I see it. I see it because you seen it on that game when they played Boston on Christmas. How everybody was crisp, but they still need time to play with each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true. That's true. They played a hell of a game Christmas too. They played
right,
a hell of a game.
right. So with the big fella coming back, at least they could run off that momentum to make a run in the playoffs, and I think that's what's going to happen. But until the big fella come back, this team ain't nothing, man. And I love Maxi, but I don't think he'll win. I don't think he'll win. Not yet. Not yet.
I think
He
he
gotta
just
stay
needs
healthy
help.
first.
Oh, go ahead, Quad. What you about to say?
He gotta remain healthy first.
Yeah, that's true too.
Stay hurt.
That's true too. So the Warriors last night they defeated the Timberwolves 116-115. Looked like a close one. What you guys take on that?
Man, my man AE, man. Everybody knowing the man Mizzy Sports that tune into the man Mizzy Sports show. Y'all know I'm high on AE.
I know
It's
you be
just
calling him Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop that. But go ahead.
you right. You right. I might need to stop that. I just feel like he keep losing to these teams in close fashions. I mean, I know there's a couple guys around the league who just can't seem to get past Steph Curry and his attempts. It's a lot of guys that continuously take L's to the Warriors. No matter if they the best team in the league or the worst team in the league, the Warriors just seem to still beat teams every now and again. And right now, they just a team that just keep beating Minnesota, and that could be for a few reasons. Julius Randle and AE, they still working their kinks out. I mean, it's still their first season playing together. I'm not trying to make excuses for Minnesota. You see what Cat doing over there in New York. Um, this is first year in New York. But Randall and AE, man, with the surrounding cast, y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all way too talented and way too good to just keep losing close ones to these teams. Teams like OKC or teams like Dallas. There's no reason for these teams to still be beating y'all and holding you. Like the one team they did finally shake was the Nuggets, but y'all got rid of Cat, and we don't even know if y'all can handle the Nuggets with Randall out there. So I feel like maybe this trade might have set them back versus pushing them forward. That's all I can say about that. But shout out to the Dubs. They continue to beat teams that we think that they can't beat. And I know they was hot early in the season. They cooled off, but a win is a win. And anytime you could get wins in the NBA, you gotta take them and keep going. So shout out to the Dubs. What you think, Ryan?
Yeah, man, I was watching this game yesterday, and the first 12 minutes of this game was just ugly. The Dubs was up 26. I turned it off. I said this game is over. Obviously, they came back and made it a game, and then Steph hit the game-winning three-pointer. I don't know how that happened, but it just showed you how the slide Golden State was on. But like you said, man, this Minnesota team, man, I don't know what it is. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe that missing cat is a huge part of this. Because I thought when they made that trade, I really thought they was the better team of the trade. But like you said, they gotta find this. They gotta find out. They gotta move Mike Conley. I don't think he's a guard no more. He's getting cooked on the court. Rudy Gobert is soft. I don't like him under the five. He is soft. I'd rather play Nas Reed and just live with your troubles. But I I don't know, man. I really don't know. This team should be way higher than where they at. This is not like the Sixers when you be like, all right, we know why they suck. Why do this team suck? Like, why is they at 500? You know what I'm saying? Like, why they? What is they? A game or two under 500? I don't know they record. I ain't been watching basketball, but I know they ain't top five in the West. I know that, and they should be. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a star player. They got a good coach. I don't know, man. This team is very unpredictable, and it's crazy, man. And for the Minnesota fans to just see their football team go down like that, and now you got to watch your basketball team and they can't even get it right. Like this, I'll be blowing my head off. So I'll be wanting somebody head on a platter if I was in Minnesota. Like this is very disappointing. This is very disappointing.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Julius Randle? Though I never was high on Julius Randle. I think he played in LA, then he went to the Knicks. I just was never high on him. He has spurts of when he has a good motor and will play, and then he'll just I every time I watch him, it's just more so like he's either hurt or it's just not basketball to me. So what are your guys' opinion on that Julius Randle
No, no,
being
I
there?
feel
And
like
I agree with Ron. Rudy Gobert he's been soft.
no, I agree with your summary of Julius Randle. He's definitely a journeyman, and he got potential. That's how he keep getting these looks. But for at the while, it goes stale with him. You know what I mean? He played with Kobe. He played with who else he played with? He played with a couple different guys, and they all choose to keep putting him back on the road because like you said, it's something about his motor. He got games where he show you like, man, he could be a number one on the team, but he goes stale at the time. I don't know if that's because his game is predicated on his jump shots, and when his jump shots not falling, he's not a confident ball player after that.
Right, right.
But when his shots is falling, he be out there grabbing rebounds, getting assists. He one of the few dudes at the four that could get you. He could get you a triple double, at least close to it. But he got that in his arsenal. But to get that out of him on a
On
game
the
to game
consistency,
basis,
yeah, on the
he just
consistency.
showed this. History is showing us that that's just not who he is. He's not the dude that's going to give top effort every game.
Yeah, that's his biggest flaw. I'm gonna say consistency. He lacked consistency. You know what I'm saying? It's like he want to show up when he want to show up. No, that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
that
out
was
here.
always my issue with Julius Randle. Like I just never seen the hype with him every time I watched him. But you know, I just stop calling AE Baby Jordan.
We can
All
move
right, let's
on.
get into tonight's NBA. So you got the Cavs versus the Thunder, and the Cavs are going to OKC to play tonight. Who you guys taking in that game tonight?
Did the game start already?
It should have.
Probably. I don't know. It's in OKC. That will probably start later, right?
No, it came on
It's
that.
on now.
Yeah, it came on that 7:30.
Okay.
All right, well, real quick, I'm gonna make it real quick since it's on now. I'm gonna go ahead and say when the game was in Cleveland, I went with Cleveland because these two teams is like definitely OKC is one of the best teams in the West. The Cavs is one of the best teams in the East. And when the teams is 50-50, you always decide to go with the home team. So I'm going with OKC. Last time I went with the Cavs in Cleveland. This time I'm going with the Thunder in OKC. I think OKC won this game tonight.
Yeah, and if anybody know me and you watching the Mad Mizzy Sports Show, you know I rock with every day. So, and I need my lick back. So we back at home. I'm taking the Thunder, rocking the house. I'm going with
All
the
right, and we can get into the second game. Rockets versus the Kings in Sacramento. Who y'all got?
Uh, right now, Sacramento, they still got the talent on their team, even though they record don't reflect the talent that they have on their team. So with that being said, I gotta go with the team that's being coached better right now. I can't even go with the talent on the team. I just gotta go with the team that's being coached better. And the team that's being coached better today is the Houston Rockets. So I think they pull out the upset tonight in Sacramento.
shout out to Ime Udoka getting these young boys back and rocking. They sitting top 5 and definitely they like top 3 in the West right now. I'm going with the Houston Rockets. This Kings team just can't get right. They should be top 5 in the Western Conference
Hey,
because
Chad, that's
everybody.
my cousin right there, Chad. That's why me and him, we always kind of side with each other. That's my cousin right there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Kings team. You know what I'm saying? They should have been up here because they've been in the playoffs. They've been in the playoffs a lot later than this Houston team. But Houston look like they back. Houston, we got a problem, baby. Houston definitely back. Houston definitely back. I'm going with Houston.
All right, so I guess that'll conclude our show. So before we go, let me give a shout out to the Mad Mizzy Sports platform. Shout out to Mad Mizzy, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for bringing me on. You know, I'm usually the bull that's in the comments with y'all in there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on the other side. So shout out to y'all that's in the comments, whoever in the comments, I ain't see him tonight. Shout out to Quan Show Love. Shout out to my man Ron Money, aka Ron Bucks, aka Bucktown. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I'm glad to be on. And I hope you guys have a good night and see you guys tomorrow.
We out.
I
All
appreciate
right.
these. I
Deuces,
appreciate
likes, subscribe.